Nehru B Ground, Chennai. On our final day of RFYS Chennai City Championship 2022, in the first match of the day, we will be witnessing the finals of the college boys category, where SRM Institute of Science and Technology and Loyola College will be competing for the honors. It's now time to welcome the match officials and team onto the field. Come on everyone, let's cheer for them.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to the first contest of the day, and it is between SRM Institute of Science and Technology and the Loyola College. It's the Chennai leg, and this is going to be a cracker of a contest to start the day with. We request you all to please stand up for the national anthem.
May I now request everyone to stand up for the national anthem. Thank you everyone. We will now have the team handshake.
So this is a contest of heritage and novelty. So heritage versus novelty. From the left to the right, in orange we are seeing SRM Institute of Technology, and from the right to the left, or rather, the man in blue will be the Loyola College. We are about to hit the century years in 3 years from now on, where an SRM Institute is pretty new in terms of the numbers of years vis-a-vis Loyola. However, they have also been doing rounds for a pretty long time. A cracker of a contest between both the sides, and they have done a pretty decent job until now. So they would be desperate to find some momentum going their way. The tournament has so far been a cracker for them. The tournament has produced a lot of memories, has produced a lot of scintillating goals, and most importantly has helped them learn, has helped them to grow. Here are the two captains, Henry Stalin for SRM Institute of Technology, wherein Murugan V for Loyola College. They're all set for the toss, and so a big game for both the sides.
Thank you.
So that's the toss, and SRM has won for the sides, wherein Loyola College will be kick-starting proceedings. We'll quickly update you about the starting lineups of the teams. Two very talented teams. There are the SRM Institute of Science and Technology. It's Vinit Kumar, Ashik Antony, Gobinath, Dhanush Kumar, Harish, Manoj, Prabhu, Henry Stalin, Jeff Melson, Gabriel Lawson, Abhishek A. And here's the starting lineup for Loyola College. It's Madhavan, Rahul, Kumaran, Suraj Kumar, Deepak, Logesh, Sunil, Shivamani, Vimal Kumar, Murugan V, Aravind K. So two very talented sides. two very explosive sides as well, and two very famished sides will be duking it out for glory. We have already seen how SRM relies on some heavy defending and then eventually starts calling the shots, wherein Loyola College goes out on all offensive. So, understandably, this is going to be a perfect matchup, a matchup of defense versus attack. A few quick words ensuring that all the possible bases are touched. So it's gonna be Loyola College in blue to kickstart proceedings for us, ladies and gentlemen. And on your screen, from the left to the right, it's going to be Loyola College. And from your right to the left, it's going to be SRM. And we are underway. And SRM straight down to business, intercepting a decent ball from the flank, tries to play it forward, but had a bit too much strength on the ball than they would have wanted. And it's a goal kick at the end of the day. And not a goal kick, but a running shot. But the ball's fallen back for SRM, and they will really be desperate to start the game on a much fierce note. A decent work there. Dodges past a defender in the central channel and then plays it straight to the left wing. Keeps the ball in their control. Plays a few quick passes, short ones. They want to build it from here. They want to give the game some shape. And as we talk about this contest, while before we say this, a chance is fallen for Loyola College. A cross comes in. The defender still hasn't done away with it, but eventually the clearance comes and a shooting opportunity this time, however, deflected by SRM. Another shot comes in, and this time on the turn, but rattles of the defender who was placed at the edge. So a throw in at the end of the day for Loyola College. A decent start to the contest with both sides probing the opposition once, even though not categorical enough to produce something that can shuffle up the scoreboards. The SRM players seemed absolutely stoked up. They want a piece of meat early in the game. It's going to be a long throw for Loyola College. Want to turn it into a set piece, but eventually takes it slow. So that was a very deceiving run. And Loyola still manages to keep the ball in, but SRM has the stations covered. So no infringement at the moment. Nothing to latch on to, but Loyola keeps on pressing harder. And eventually the ball will go out for a goal kick. So while we say about this contest is brought to you live by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. So it's an earnest request from us to like, share, and subscribe, because we will be bringing on further content like this where the youth of the nation will be squeezing themselves out in the best of manner, and you would all be able to catch this live on the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. SRM trying to explore that wing now. No luck, however, allowed appeal, but the referee snubbed it away. Chance for SRM, but they couldn't control. They have the the required men falling back and covering whatever spillage was out there, but it wasn't significant enough. And there's a ball. The ball's kept in play, but eventually goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Loyola College. A pretty significant start by both the sides. A probing start at both ends. And here's the goal kick. The ball's kept in play now, and Loyola College wants to go forward. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like anything's going their way. The goalkeeper will come out and collect it. The ball's fallen back for Loyola College. The game's pretty much open and the game's controlled, and this is a good opportunity for Loyola College to unleash a shot, but that won't bother Abhishek at all. The ball didn't have much power. He took it on the turn, so a great effort to be honest, but The greatness won't fetch you the goals. You have to be technically accurate. You have to be pinpoint, or you have to be perfect with your execution. So, but then again, it's good to see that at least they have the intent to do something extraordinary. The throw in eventually goes out. It's going to be a goal kick. Quickly heads it over. Well, there was a foul while he was trying to head it back. Most likely there was a push. So the referee said that the ball should be starting from the dead ball situation. It's just the first 5 minutes of the game. We have actually savored a pretty decent, a pretty open encounter. There isn't, the players aren't looking forward to crowd each other up. The players are interested in scoring the all-important goals. A chance. Well, the ball goes out for a throw in favor of SRM. There's been a pretty decent exchange, a pretty fine exchange to be honest. Both the sides exploring each other's halves and probably hoping that they can invade the half exactly in the positions from where a proper attack can be launched. And that is important. You have to get these attacks going. There's a chance the goalkeeper will come out and collect it eventually. No harm done. And he sends it downtown. Starring for a man of his own, but he doesn't find it one. There was a slight pull from behind from Loyola College that allows a free kick to SRM, and out of nowhere the ball's bobbled up a bit too awkwardly for SRM. The goalkeeper had to put on a terrific jump and eventually trade it away for a corner. He had to time his jump to perfection. That is exactly why he's the captain of the side, V. Murugan. An excellent goalkeeper. He's got some aquiline reflexes. He's too good with his control. And he leads the Loyola College from the back. The corner floats in. First opportunity once again. It's V. Murugan coming out of his position and clearing any possible peril. And it could have bothered Loyola at the moment. And sends in a towering throw, which kind of fails to find its man. So at the moment as things stand, he has started, or the jitters have just started coming off. And both the sides are pretty hell-bent on firing on all cylinders, but this time the ball will go out, so no harm done again. A goal kick for SRM. The SRM goalkeeper still hasn't been probed once. And Loyola, it was V. Murugan who had to pull off a crucial double save, not instantaneously, but in a span of almost a minute, wherein he first tipped away a nicely taken cross from the left, and then he saved the corner with a fine advancement. Chance for Loyola College at the other end. He's trying to keep the ball in his control, but the SRM defenders are also pretty dogged about getting the ball to themselves. So, as things stand, we are still locked at an impasse, and we are about to approach the 10th minute mark of the first half of this this incredible contest between SRM and Loyola College. Passes it down to the left wing. A quick exchange of passes, and the referee ends up getting in the way of the ball. So he'll have to start the ball with a drop. A long ball being thrown. Once again, V. Murugan being summoned into action. There's a pretty decent contest going on. These are the grand finals of the tournament, and these two teams, they want themselves dictating the proceedings. And a ball sent downtown, but the defenders will eventually come to the aid. The ball still remains at Loyola College. So far, the final has lived up to its expectations. Both the sides unleashing some heavy battery at each other, even though the desired destination, the promised land, is still to be reached. A long throw in there from SRM, but eventually he couldn't control the ball, so it's going to be. Oh, so the throw had to be retaken, and Loyola College still has the ball to themselves, sends a long ball forward. Sorry, it was SRM who sent the long ball forward, and Loyola College will now have to chase because the ball's fallen back for SRM, and they were ambitious enough to go forward, but that didn't get them much success. Now a run. It was a decent attempt to outspeed his marker from Sunil V of Loyola College, but he eventually didn't find much success. And it was Madhavan who went for the throw and earned his team a very crucial corner, a set piece early in the game, an opportunity to probe. We saw how Murugan V had to come out of his line and stave away a corner for Loyola College to avert a downfall. And now it's time for Loyola College to put in a chance. The opportunity is still not gone. Abhishek does a decent job too. So it seems that a final is indeed apt for its title. Two best teams of the tournament so far are duking it out with each other. We saw yesterday in the Dehradun Championship, there were countless goals that kept on coming, and the day almost saw a staggering 37 goals scored from just 4 games. But today, it doesn't seem like any one side is pretty hefty while the other side is just going to sit back and defend, or probably withstand the heat that they will be subjected to. Both the sides have been pretty incursive at the moment, have been pretty intensive too, and they keep on coming back at each other at every possible opportunity that comes their way. It's going to be a long goal kick for Murugan V, and he clears the lines, but Loyola College eventually couldn't keep possession. They'll have the opportunity because SRM wasn't bang on time while receiving the ball and allowed an iota of space to Loyola College. That's going to be a throw-in. Decent defending from Loyola College, not interested in giving away something for free. SRM College looking for a few options there, and it was a foul throw, so the throw will have to be retaken by Loyola College, and they eventually do that. They thought that the ball will fall to them, but the ball bounced off in the end, and that was a nasty swing of his leg. And as far as things go, Gabriel Larson is down on the ground, is contorting in pain. The referee summoning the medical aid quickly there. There was most likely the follow-through was pretty impactful. It wasn't intentional for sure. He went for the ball. We'll quickly have a look. There you go. It seemed pretty well till here, and yes, he went for the ball, so that follow-through caught him on his face. Football is a body contact game, and things like these keep on happening. A free kick nevertheless for SRM. A chance to probably utilize. It's going to be Vineet Kumar with the free kick. Quickly assessing his options. And takes a very tame free kick, pretty much of a high boot there. The referee says it's alright. And now Loyola College has an opportunity to break. They're still on the move. They've got the ball to the far left now. And it's Rahul K with the ball. Sends in a brilliant cross in, but the defenders were alert. And the options that he had were pretty much on the far side. So that wouldn't have been menacing in any way for SRM. But Loyola College is simply relentless and unsparing in their pursuit of that opener. They're about to hit the first 15-minute mark, and the teams have done a pretty decent job until now. Ball's fallen back for Loyola College. Sends it forward. Headed clear by SRM. The ball's pretty much in the air for a while now. And this time, once again, a follow through that caught him. The ball bounced up pretty weirdly for the player and it caught him in his face. That's for the second time SRM player has gone down and the medicos have been summoned. He's getting back on his feet. It was Manoj who probably couldn't withstand the blast of the ball. It bounced up pretty hard and it hit him in his face. We are right now at the end of the first quarter between SRM and Loyola College in the grand finale of the Chennai Championship. We've had 1 week of intense football, and after 1 week of football, this is where the culmination lies. This is where the big guns lie. This is where the promised land awaits. A chance for these teams to etch their names into history books in the golden letters. And that chance won't keep on coming back again. And the referee bringing out a card. He was too heated up in getting the ball, and eventually in the process, en route to receiving the ball, ended up hacking a few ankles, even though the players stood tall on their feet. And the referee instantly laying down the law will quickly confirm who was the one who received the yellow card. But at the moment as things stand, both the teams are still to find the back of the net. Sends in a long cross. The ball's high, not headed away properly. SRM still has a bite of the cherry. Now tries and get a cross in, but the Loyola College defenders are equally up to the task. A throw and taken away. There's been a pretty lively affair between both the sides, even though we haven't seen the goal. A nice attempt there to chip the ball over, but the distance was way too much and the protection from Loyola College was tantamount to their opposition's attacking intent, so that won't produce something significant either. Referees raise his flag, so most likely it will have to be taken again. And as expected, there is Chennai, Loyola College. A nice turn there, an attempt to invade in the half. The referee says get over. It's not a penalty, so don't try and roll over. The ball's with Loyola College. They'll try and slow down the tempo a bit because that's more up to their pace. They are a very opportunistic side. So anything that comes their way, and even an iota of space, if it falls their way, it can be catastrophic. Chance for Loyola College to break free, but that pass that was supposed to tee up this striker didn't have the required direction of power, and it was cut short by SRM. Another long ball being sent forward by Loyola College. Too many long balls being played here without much success, to be honest. Quick pass exchanged. Nice little dribble. Sends the ball forward. SRM in pursuit. Loyola College defending it, and somehow the defender totally got confused with where were the lines, and the SRM attacker almost secured possession for himself. Backheader there. A chase for the attacker of Loyola College. It is Ashik Anthony and who's won his team a crucial corner. Another set piece. It's going to be a very crucial move. And the corner's floated in. And again, no harm done. A shooting opportunity, takes the shot, but that was definitely not going to trouble the goalkeeper at all. A pretty decent effort, however, from Aravind. He came up a bit and wanted some glory for himself, and the referee blows his whistle. It's going to be a free kick for SRM. But it was a decent block at the end of the day. Got a bit cumbersome in the end. SRM building from the back again. Loyola College, pretty famished for that opener, and so is SRM. Both the sides, they want the goal to go their way, and a decent forward ball, despite taking a tumble. The cross was created, but not so much joy. Loyola College slightly started pressing harder, so probably SRM will have to be a bit more vigilant when they come out for these advancements. Throw in here. And now a chance for Loyola College to break. A decent run from the right, hoping for a cross. Brilliantly takes the dribble and an excellent save. The ball's still not gone out. Another shot comes in, and Abhishek. Two crucial saves in a tries. That is why these two teams are probably the best. That is why these two teams are in the finals, because both of them are pretty famished for glory. Both of them are pretty ravenous in their pursuit of brilliance. We'll quickly have a look at the effort. There was the shot, brilliantly saved, and then again another shot comes in. Pretty decent shots there from Loyola College, probing the goalkeeper there. The first one was a show of his acrobatics, or the show of his reflexes, while the second one was an arm stinger, but he ensured that he's keeping the ball in his control. And now SRM has a shooting space there, goes for the shot, but that put too much beyond it, and that would go out for a goal kick. And while we say this, this game is brought to you by the official YouTube channel of Reliance Foundation Youth Sports. So it's an earnest request from our end to like, share and subscribe to the channel. That will allow a further exposure to these youngsters. Will allow them to deliver with a lot more intent and a lot more passion, because they get the exposure, they get the platform for where the entire nation watches them. So it's a massive inspiration to Loyola College, wobbling a bit in the moment, but their defenders ensuring that the wobble's gone. And another card comes out, and this time it's for an SRM attacker. They aren't pretty happy, protesting a bit, but that won't get them anywhere. A goal kick taken. Tries and create some chance and opportunity for themselves. 1, 2, goes past two defenders in the flash of an eye. And there, while his opposition was trying to keep the ball away from him, he ended up pushing him, and that's a foul. Sends another long ball forward. It's a long chase for the SRM attacker, and under no means he's going to receive that before Murugan V cuts it out. A goal kick was awarded to Loyola College a few moments back, but they couldn't utilize it. Eventually, when we talk about goal kicks, it's pretty difficult to keep the ball that way. Again, another high boot there, but he keeps on having the ball themselves. Now sends across forward. Abhishek darts out of his line and clears out any possible danger on the horizon. So it seems as if both the sides are a perfect match for each other. They have a tit for a tat. They have a Roland for an Oliver. They have an eye for an eye. Loyola College still trying to win the ball. The coach having a keen eye on proceedings. Probably will have a few words to say while they go to the breather. We have seen everything. We have seen a pretty open passage of play for both the sides, but the only thing that is so far eluding us all is the intensity, is the accuracy, and is the all important, the world defining goal. Until unless the goal comes knocking, and Loyola College has a chance to break free, but then he took a bit too long around the ball that allowed SRM to regroup and snatch the ball away. Bit of a push and shove there, but Loyola College eventually clears their lines. This is going to be a throw in there. Chance for SRM, but Loyola College has been pretty spot on with their rear guard. And it's going to be a free kick in their favor. It's going to be Murugan V with the free kick. They had an opportunity to dart forward, but they took a quick tumble there. And it's going to be a free kick from a pretty dangerous position. Now, honestly speaking, if you've witnessed the World Cup last night, the contest between England and Wales, we saw a screamer from a free kick from Marcus Rashford. Now, do we have a few from free kicks here? The free kicks floated in the box, but it had a bit too much on the ball. Then to Loyola College's liking, so that will eventually go out for a goal kick in favor of SRM. SRM found his man on the goal kick. Pretty rare sight, even in world football, because when you're taking the goal kick, it's usually a long shot that you're taking. So, in order for you to find your man, you'll have to be precise, and it's not just on you as well. Your man will also have to take a run, or probably your player will have to know that where exactly is the ball. So he's going to judge a lot of things. So, I mean, if you will manage to land the ball at your player's feet, that's quite an achievement you've got. Abhishek, a few moments back we saw a shot, but it was bobbled up, so it won't be a question that Loyola would want to ask. They like to be more precise, they like to be more to the point. Now SRM back on the hunt. Some pretty decent box-to-box action. The exchange has been pretty intense, both the sides ensuring that not even an iota of space is being allowed to each other. They've done a pretty decent job in thwarting their opposition. This is a chance for SRM to break free, get some space ahead of them. Chance for Loyola now to dart forward. The goalkeeper had to come out eventually to clear his lines. An excellent run there from the Loyola attacker. And he's offside. The linesman having a quick word with the coach, asking him to stay rooted to his box. We've seen a few days back how the coach was given a yellow card. The coach is definitely not happy with the moves there from Loyola College. He's asking his players to dart forward, prepare something significant for themselves. And at the moment, it doesn't feel like they have a case. But they have the possession and they want to move forward. They are creative enough. A couple of nice dribbles there, taking apart three defenders with consummate ease, and the cross floats in. Had a bit too much on the cross. Another shot this time, and that has been shot from Mars. He couldn't keep the ball in control. And a long ball sent forward. A desperate attempt there. And this time SRM has a chance there. And V. Murugan coming out of his line and ensuring that no harm's done. We are in the 31st minute of the game. And it's an earnest request from our end to you all audience to like, share and subscribe to the official. Oh, great chance! And what a clinical save from V. Murugan. Dishing out a blazing testimony to his incredible youth legacy until now. Captain of the Loyola College. What a fine curling effort from Harish of SRM Institute of Technology. And Murugan, look at this save. Picture perfect. No matter how many times you see, you still won't be satisfied seeing the save. This was impeccable, downright impeccable. Leading from the back, ensuring that he keeps the castle protected at all cost. It's going to be a corner and they're taking some time there. The goalkeeper's actually changing his boots, so it's Abhishek who's changing the boots apparently. And that is exactly why the referee probably, most likely there was something up there. And these things happen in the games, at the end of the day, because while you're playing, you have to wait because the goalkeeper is actually doing it. So had it been some players, he could have been asked to probably leave the field, get it done in return. But in case of a goalkeeper, the instructions are pretty clear by FIFA. You'll have to keep the game on a halt unless your goalkeeper is ready. A corner kick for SRM, stealing away a few crucial seconds there. And the corner's floated in. A very tame, a very toothless corner, and to be honest, goes out for another corner for sure. But if they need something imperative from the corners to go their way, they'll have to put a lot more weight on them. They'll have to put a lot more swing, and most importantly, they'll need an elevation. Such a tame corner won't help their cause. This was the corner that I was talking about. Murugan did leap, but then the ball had a bit too much curl on it, and it went out for a goal kick. We are witnessing everything here. We are witnessing a few decent sprints. We are witnessing a few decent runs. And we are witnessing some excellent goalkeeping as well from both the goalkeepers. Both the goalkeepers have been summoned into action for a while already. Like almost 2 to 3 times they had to come out to protect their team's downfall. A push, and Loyola College has the possession. There's a shooting chance, goes for the shot. Another excellent save from Abhishek. We were just talking about how the goalkeepers have been pretty alert. This has been a very open game. Both the teams hell bent on creating some attacking intent for each other. None of them wants to sit back and defend. And as a result, the goalkeepers were forced to make crucial saves, without which otherwise the scoreline would have looked something entirely different. It wouldn't have been a close encounter had the goalkeepers not intervened. This was another shot and a fine save there, anticipating the direction, going for the dive, and comfortably collecting it at the end of the day. And this time, a chance to cross the ball to the SRM defender stationed on the far right was cut short. The ball is not gone out of danger completely. Loyola College still has it in them. Well, it was SRM eventually who was attacking, and now Loyola College has turned the possession of the ball back in, and this is a great opportunity. He needs to run past his marker. Eventually, can he do that? He needs support from that corner, and he eventually won't get it. Loyola College attackers were too lazy to reach there. They were pretty slow up the block. They'll have to be a lot faster than that. There was a chance, but it didn't get them anything. And now a chance for SRM to break free, but a very emaciated cross won't fetch them anything, won't fetch them that opener they are looking forward to. The midfield of both the sides have been pretty watery. They haven't been able to get themselves the required space, the required uh, precision that you usually need in the midfield. Both the midfield has lacked leaders, to be honest. And that is exactly what has averted both the sides from scoring that all-important opener. Few quick passes being stitched. They're trying to keep the ball too much under control. They have different styles of the game, so being very honest, no denying the fact that Loyola College thrives more on using that central channel much more adeptly, while in SRM has their proclivity for the flanks. Balls with SRM now, and they are just trying, like as we were just talking about this like a few moments back. This is a chance for SRM, but once again, Murugan coming off his line and ensuring that he lays claim to it and no harm's done. So yeah, so both the sides have their own style of play, and while we see this, SRM has been pretty dominant on the wings, especially the right wing. The left wing has been used as well, but not to that extent from which they have got the supplies from the right wing. Wherein, if we look at Loyola College, they have seen a lot more comfortable down that central channel. But now the attack comes from the wings and they sends a cross, hoping for the player to get it. But it got a bit too acute in the end and a bit too easy for the goalkeeper to collect. SRM has some time to regroup and move forward. We are almost on the brink of crossing 40 minutes on the clock, and both these sides have been pretty rock solid The referee will probably blow a whistle. There was an attempted hand involved in that ball. It's going to be a free kick. A chance there. It's sprinkled out of nowhere for SRM. They weren't even expecting a miscued header, miscued back header. Almost landed the ball at SRM's feet, and that were a very crucial juncture. And now a corner for SRM, a chance for them to test the opposition. Goes for the corner, but once again Murugan this time ensuring that the ball remains away from their goal, coming away and palming it away pretty strongly. And now a chance for SRM. SRM has been a bit more active in the last few minutes. Another chance goes for the Glorious, but in the process of going for the back volley instead of the ball, he ended up smacking the player's head. But that's not a very pleasant sight. But it's good to see that he was back on his feet and he instantly apologized to the player. So it was Vimal Kumar with that effort. Will quickly go, like, it was totally unintentionally. Entirely went for the ball, a fine cross coming in, a bit higher than to his liking. There you go. Well, that header had to be made. It was also a very crucial header because had it not been made, we probably would have been staring at the opener of the day, and it would have been SRM to take the lead. So Loyola College, at the moment as things stand, they'll be happy with how things have gone their way. And this time a long effort from the wings doesn't end up. So they have actually tried and explored the wings as well, Loyola College, but it hasn't been as great as their efforts from the central channel. So honestly speaking, they have felt much more at home in this down the center instead of at the wings. The crosses that have come in from the wings. We are about to enter into the final 4 minutes of the first half. A decent run there, and eventually the cross comes in. A chance there. Wanted to take it on the volley, and it wasn't easy. That was the only possible option remaining. He did show the courage eventually to go for it. But in cases, in situations like these, you have to be picture perfect with your execution. He put his feet below the ball. Now, when you put your feet below the ball in these situations, the ball is going to fly up. There's not much that you can do about it. And that is exactly what has happened. But the ball's not entirely gone out of danger. Loyola College has a throw for themselves, but the throw was not well taken. He outleaps his marker, tries to keep the ball in control, but snatched away by SRM. But once the ball was snatched away, they didn't follow it up at the end of the day, and eventually it was cleared. This is the chance, and that's the opener of the day. They kept on defending, and right at the edge of the first half, we have our first goal. Kept on darting from the right. SRM, they're pretty dynamic on that right wing, and that's exactly where the goal has come from. Fine finish. This is the goal. We'll quickly show you there. An excellent run from the right. And there comes the cross. There was for a while, the goal came from Gopinath once again. And it was Prabhuar with the cross. Murugan was not really ready for that. It seemed as if he was too apathetic trying to thwart it away. There, the cross coming in. He doesn't even put a hand in, hoping that the ball will be falling in their defenders. What he fails to observe is that Gopinath was marauding on the run, sniffing that opportunity, and ensured that the ball eventually gets into the back of the net. Now Abhishek wasting some time. We know that they've taken the lead at a very crucial juncture. It's said that when you get a goal just before you are going into the half time, the coach will have to change his entire mindset. And now the goal has suddenly lit up SRM. They want to go for more. But at the moment, they'll have to be satisfied with just one. We are witnessing a final of the first waters. We are witnessing some terrific encounter, but don't think that goal is probably going to dampen the spirits of Loyola College, for they come here again. But this time SRM has a much more composed defense. We were saying there, a moment of madness can change the game, and that was exactly what happened. A momentary lapse of concentration from what has been otherwise a very decent half from V. Murugan. And his team now faces an uphill task when they take the field in the second half. Decent defending, pretty decent defending. There's nothing that Loyola College can do. Apparently, it should have been the pressure on the ball should have came from the player at the other end, but he waited for some weird reason at the other end. Like kept on waiting. He didn't really attack the ball. And now with that goal, SRM seems a lot more confident. SRM seems growing in their stature and hungry for their insurance strike as well. Loyola College, on the contrary, sends a probe forward. The question is, can their attacker keep the ball? And while he was trying to control it, there was a push from behind. So Harish will have some time. A card will most likely be coming out. The referee is reaching for his pocket. And yes, the card has been given. And this Kumaran to receive the booking this time. Wasn't a happy man there. There's going to be a free kick in favor. And a change happening there for Delhi College. It's number 2 who's coming out in the middle. It's a free kick from a very dangerous position, and that too, going by the time context of the game, he put in too much weight on the ball, a desperate attempt to get the ball, to keep the ball in play by Loyola College. But it won't yield something positive, something categorical that can help them in their pursuit of that equalizer. But SRM still has some sting left in them. They wanted to go forward, push higher. We are almost in the 3rd minute of extra time. And now as things stand, Loyola College also wants to assert themselves. Aravind with a challenge there. And a pretty strong one on the goal scorer, Gopinath. Just a few moments back, we're seeing the back of the net. A chance for them to probably double their lead. Floats it in. There's a player at the far right. Goes for the header. And the second goal has come. The defense of Loyola College is coming apart at the seams. It's chaos at the other end. And even before they could go to that half time, before they could go to the tunnel, what we are witnessing is catastrophe for Loyola College. They seemed pretty solid until that extent. What a clinical free kick. Perfectly weighted. A brilliant header. Outleaping his marker. Empowering it past Murugan there.
The scores are
Again,
2-0
V. Murugan, he was actually off his position. and he reacted pretty slow. And that should also mark the end of the first half. An incredible first half comes to an end.
For more
A
exciting
solid pace
action, we'll catch
encounter
you
that saw
on the
both the
other side of
sides
the field.
keeping their composure almost till the 48th minute, or rather till the 42nd minute, before SRM struck twice in a trice to take or to go forward in the forthcoming half. We'll soon be bringing you all the action from the second half. Stay tuned until then, while the first half or while the players savor their short break. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of the contest. An incredible first half eventually came to an end on a sonorous note for SRM. Both the sides started probing each other early in the early in the first half, but eventually things kept locked in an impasse until that 42nd minute, where Gopinath got the opening goal for SRM, and then it was Henry Stalin, the captain, who doubled their lead with a thumping header at the far post. We are all set for the second 45 minutes of exciting action. It's going to be SRM to get things underway for us. And SRM from your right to the left in orange. It starts proceedings. Plays the ball forward. They have a 2-goal lead now. They'll try and build from it. They'll try and secure some momentum for themselves. An attempted cross for Loyola College goes out. Still waiting for the free kick to be taken. There's the free kick for Loyola College. Whips that in the opposition half, but not to much avail. They're trying their best to hang in the game, but at the moment it doesn't seem like that there will be any joy. There's a knock that happened to the player. Go in favor of SRM, and Loyola College will clear their lines. They are still a bit punch drunk from those last 5 minutes of the opening half. Takes a tumble. Not a very decent clearance. And that should be painful because I guess it was close to the knee. Now, any knock close to the knee is usually painful. The referee reaching out for a start again. Is calling the offender over. I'll have to show his jersey number for sure. So, a bit unfortunate there, but nothing couldn't be helped. So it was Ashik Anthony who took the booking. Free kick to be for Loyola College, and it's going to be Madhavan to whip that in the center. Floats it in. Curling free kick, but unfortunate that it won't see doing much damage to the opposition. But chance for Loyola College to once again break free down the center. They'll probably have to try a few alternatives. So far, all the attacking enterprises that they have utilized, or that they have actually put to use, have been blunted by a resolute SRM defense. So they'll probably have to come up with something new, something extraordinary, and something different from what they have done. SRM desperately trying to keep the ball in their possession, but Loyola College does a decent job of winning the ball back, and it's gone out for a throw. It's apparently a free kick there for Loyola College, so they'll take their time and go for it. They'll need to find that opener pretty fast if they have to stay in the hunt. The more the number of minutes elapse, the more difficult it is going to be. And that wasn't a very neat challenge, pretty cumbersome. While he took the turn, he was pulled from the back, so that won't get him anywhere. A free kick there from Henry Stalin, the second goal scorer of the day for SRM College. SRM still comes over knocking, hoping to find another goal for themselves, trying to create a statement here. They know that they have an insurance goal in place, but the time that the opposition still has in their repertoire is way too overwhelming for a gap of 2 goals to be plugged. Had it been 10 minutes odd, then probably they could have said that, yeah, they have some breathing space even if that opener is scored. But with 40 odd minutes remaining on the clock, the opposition has all the time in the world to not just come back from behind, but also take a lead. But for all of that to happen, they'll have to be resolute, they'll have to be pretty persistent in their pursuit of that goal, and they'll have to be accurate. They've done they've done all the running there, they've put up all the diligence, but at the moment it feels as if they haven't been as solid as their opposition in the attacking third, and it's a free kick from a very dangerous position. The referee quickly intervening there. It has been a pretty decent game from the referee as well. He's controlled the proceedings with an iron fist and he has maintained his tradition of ensuring that nothing is done which is not in the book of laws of football. Loyola College waiting for that whistle, raring to get that opener. They are desperate. It's a bit obtuse from where they would have wanted. It's a bit oblique from where they would have wanted. And Abhishek once again showcasing his class, pulls off another fine save, comes out of his line, keenly follows the movement of the ball. There was it. Keenly follows the movement of the ball, comes out of his line, and before it could have fallen for the Loyola College attacker, it fell straight in. And just at the other end, while we were saying, V. Murugan had to pull off another crucial save to ensure that the scoreline doesn't change much, and definitely against them, wherein they are already suffering from a 2-0 lead or 2-0 trail. And we have just witnessed a free kick there. Something has happened. The player's down. Most likely, there's a high boot involved, and he's now eventually sat back. So the question is, what exactly has it been? If it's a free kick from that range, then it's menace probably spelt in the boldest of liveries for Loyola College. So most likely the goalkeeper probably would have ended up making a mess while he was trying to handle the ball, and that was exactly what was pointed out to the referee by the linesman. What a great place to get a free kick. SRM College has a golden opportunity. It most likely is going to be Henry Stalin with it. Goes for the free kick. It was number 15 who puts in a bit too much swing on the ball, but it sails over. Fortunate there, SRM. They were on the brink of collapse, but at the moment as things stand, they still have a chance of making a comeback, and not just a chance, but a chance and a half. This was the opportunity there. On a very surprising note, it started rising in the last moment. It was actually on target, but till the last moment, the ball suddenly started taking a loft that the goalkeeper wasn't really expecting, but that kind of saved his day at the end of the day. He's not able to control the ball, takes a tumble, loses his balance, and eventually concedes a free kick. There's a free kick at the other end. Just a few moments back, we had a free kick, and this time the free kick had too much power in it. He wanted to go for glory himself. Well, the idea was clear because the last few times he sailed the ball into that box, it hasn't yielded much results. So this time he wanted to take reins in his own hand and probably try and test the goalkeeper, but eventually ended up overpowering his shot and allowing Loyola College to settle down, or allowing SRM to settle down. Loyola College wanted to keep the ball in their proceedings, but it eventually does go out. It's going to be a throw in actually. Loyola College will have to come up with something special if they are to find anything from this game. At the moment, the entire narrative is dictated by SRM. Chance for Loyola College to break free. Can they utilize it? The ball's gone a bit too far, and it'll go out for a corner. It was a great opportunity there for Loyola College to simply set themselves free, but he ended up hammering at the defender stationed right at the edge of the box. A corner kick for Loyola College. Chance for them to head it towards the goal. But despite all the attacking intent they have shown, they haven't been pretty assertive when it comes to scoring, when it comes to taking their chances, when it comes to creating something significant in front of the goal. And SRM again has a chance, but this time it's going to be too easy for V. Murugan. Would come out of his line and put an end to the opportunity and send it downtown in hope of Loyola College to probably create something significant. They've got the ball for themselves. They still have the ball in their control from a very dangerous situation, well defended by SRM. Another shot comes in, but it was emaciated and it was miles away from the goal. At least they are trying for sure, but on an honest note, the efforts still lack the precision that they should have. It's going to be a goal kick there, and Abhishek will take his time. He knows the importance of time from here on. His team has a 2-0 lead, and they will have to protect it. They'll have to protect it at all cost. They are 40 minutes away from the precious trophy there. Gets a chance now. Loyola College has a chance to break free, sends the ball to the far left. The player does well to control it, but eventually the cross that came in, it took a slight deflection, veering it off its actual path and carving open a channel that they would have wanted explored less. But this is a chance for SRM to break. They have the numbers up front, but they probably weren't decent enough on ball control that allowed Loyola College to set their defenders back. But once again, the ball's fallen back for SRM. But eventually, the pass to spot that man on the right wing wasn't pretty solid. So it's going to be a throw in. And the goalkeeper comes out and collects it comfortably at the end of the day. SRM trying to stitch together the control. Despite the couple of goals, they haven't started the second half on the note that they would have wanted. They have been a bit too scrappy. They have been a bit too uncontrolled. The major problem is they have failed to stick together passes that could have got them something significant. It's just that Loyola College hasn't been decent enough to probe SRM. Otherwise, things could have been, or the entire equation could have been different. Another throw in for SRM at the moment. As things stand, they have a 2-0 lead. It was Gopinath who gave them that opening goal, while it was Henry Stalin, the captain of the side, who doubled the lead and got that all-important insurance goal. They've crossed the hour mark, and SRM has a chance here. Loyola College, can they utilize that? They have the ball in their control, but eventually ends up being too messy, where SRM had the chance to regroup and probably get it away for another goal kick, for another throw-in. Throw-in in favor of Loyola College now. Honorable, he was blocked by the attacker there. So it's going to be a free kick and a chance for SRM, a chance for Loyola College to probably get themselves on the score sheet. Time is running away fast for them. They'll have to utilize it, and if they are unable to do so, what would follow is probably way too ghastly to discuss at the moment, going by the context of the game. There is a chance for Loyola College. Prabhu with the cross. Attempted header, but well defended there. Bit of a push and a shove there. Ball's fallen back for Loyola College. Sends it forward. The ball's still with Loyola College. Has a decent chance to probably put a ball inside that attacking third. Does send a cross in. There is a player at the far right. Makes it too tough for himself and eventually ends up submitting the ball in the safe talons of Abhishek. The first touch let him down. The first touch made it extremely difficult for the player. This was the chance. There was a first touch. Not a pretty decent first touch, and that is exactly where he narrowed down his own angle, made it way too easy for Abhishek to lay claim to the ball. Loyola College. It's very surprising to see that the urgency should be coming from Loyola College, wherein at the moment SRM is pretty comfortable sitting with the ball with themselves. They aren't being disturbed. Their games aren't being disrupted. And that really breaks my heart to see that such a game of high potential is somehow being wasted. A nice turn there. Sends a forward ball. Has a chance there. Abhishek has come out. He spilled the ball. The ref, this can be a close call, and as expected, it is a penalty. And it's a yellow card for Abhishek too. He was pretty solid until now. He mistimes his run. and ends up fouling the attacker. It's a spot kick and a yellow card, so a double whammy there. Unfortunate, sad, but you can't help. This is a part of the game. This is a This was the move there. The goalkeeper did actually get the ball, but the problem happened when he ended up spilling it. Well, the referee is taking out another card, so most likely there was a protest. This didn't go according to their favor, and this one moment of madness can end up being catastrophic because apparently, if it's a double booking, it may even end up being a red card. But right now, it seems like there's only yellow card out of the pocket. They are still protesting. The penalty has been given, and probably they are wasting their time because there's no VAR, so the decision is not going to be overturned. But if they keep on protesting, they're simply going to end up taking an additional booking that was never there. The referee tucks the card back in his pocket. It's going to be a penalty. You guys need to calm their jets down at the moment because they still have, if the penalty is converted, they'll still have one goal lead for themselves. This is a golden opportunity for Loyola College to reduce the areas, in fact to half the areas down. Abhishek has done a pretty solid job until now. A bit unfortunate, he ended up spilling the ball. And while he spilled it, he knew that the player had a clear shot at goal. A chance for Loyola College to equalize. The referee blows his whistle, goes for the spot kick and saved by Abhishek, and the rebound has been skied high. The 2-0 lead still remains, and the ball goes out of the danger zone. SRM has the ball in their control. The referee eventually calls play for the throw in favor. What crazy bout of action. Abhishek upholds the clean sheet. Abhishek upholds the lead that his team had to protect and comes out in bedazzling colors. Will you believe that? How close will Loyola College have to come before they can score a goal? The referee's blown the whistle. We'll try and show you the saved penalty. This was a save. Very well anticipated. They had all the time in the world. They somehow collided with each other. See, look at this. They should have allowed that player to take the shot who was coming in from the far because he had a much easier range. He was on the go. He had the momentum in his swing. Wherein the striker who missed the penalty wanted to make amends and ended up making it even worse. This is very selfish football from Loyola College, and that is exactly what cost them a golden chance. And another player has taken a tumble, so it's going to be another free kick from a crucial position. A lot of set pieces coming Loyola's way. But at the end of the day, will they be able to bear results? Will they be able to yield results that they are so desperately looking for? Coach isn't happy with the proceedings. It was Sunil V who went for the penalty as well. Ended up missing it. And at the same time, couldn't tuck the rebound home just because he was too consumed by the fact that he had to redress for his earlier miss. And he ended up blocking his own player who had a much cleaner shy at goal. Well, again, too much time taken on the ball. And hence loses possession again. Poor football from Loyola College. Absolutely poor. Another foul there, and the referee taking out his card again. And another yellow this time, and it goes out to Manoj for SRM. And in fact, it's a red. It was a second yellow. And the remaining 20 minutes, they'll have to play with a man down. Now, this is a contest of numerical superiority. SRM has a 2-goal lead, and they will now have to defend it with 10 players on the pitch. We'll quickly show you the tackle that earned him that second yellow. There you go. It was needless. He had the ball in control. That extra push was needless. There was a chance, and this time an SRM defender takes a tumble. Quickly passes the ball back. Sends it forward. Gets a long ball upfield. Goalkeeper coming out of his possession. Well. He almost ended up conceding possession. That probably could not just have been catastrophic, but that should have blown the telling blow to the aspirations of Loyola College, who have just came alive now that they have numerical superiority going up their way. But eventually it feels as if SRM has the superiority, goes for the shot, but not on target. In fact, miles away from the target. It was the substitute who's pulling off the strings now. Loyola College, pretty desperate to find the back of the net. They have the numerical superiority, but the question is, can they utilize it? One needs to be tactically sound to make good use of this numerical superiority. You need to understand that 10 men against 11 is still a lot of men. Now the question is, SRM doesn't need to attack anymore, so they can probably bring on a defender in place of their attacker, because they have the lead for themselves, so they can have that extra defender, or they can have that extra midfielder who will probably bolster. A chance there for Loyola College, sends the ball curling in, but at the end of the day, one needs to understand that that after all the chances, the man who is at the receiving end of it all is none other than Abhishek, who has shown some terrific control of the ball. Loyola College, despite being numerically superior at the moment, it still seems like they aren't hell-bent enough to get that goal, because they haven't been incisive. They've probably taken a lot more tumbles. They have been fouled a lot, that's for sure. But this is football. You're not going to get things easy. Like, nobody's going to probably welcome you to the goal mouth. You have to make your own way. You have to carve your own path. And at the moment, it doesn't seem like they have managed to do something of that sort. It's all SRM still calling the shots. Despite being a man down, they are still courageous enough. They are showing the grit and gumption to put the required numbers up front. A chance this time. A golden opportunity, Abhishek. Made a hash of affairs, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't have counted because there was a push while he was trying to control the ball. So fortunate there for SRM. But once again, Loyola College will need a lot more variety in their attack. It's going to be thrown. We are entering the final, almost about to enter the final 15 minutes of the contest. Loyola College has to reach the ball this time, but they couldn't. It's going to be a corner. But another SRM player has taken the tumble, is on the ground, will probably need some medical assistance. We're not yet sure, however, what exactly is the case. We will quickly confirm the same. So the player's got back on his feet, so it's going to be a free kick. or rather it's going to be a corner. Sincere apologies for the same. Another chance for Loyola College to get something for themselves. Whips on the cross, opportunity, but again, any danger headed clear by SRM College. Another corner, and this time at the other end. There's a change most likely happening. And the corner floats in. Chance for Loyola College to get that goal back. Another fabulous save from Abhishek. If you ask me who is going to be today's man of the match, it has to be the one and only Abhishek. And now he is down. What a game this young lad has had. Punched heroically above their weight. Well defended for sure. But then a nice shot in the turn from Harish. And a phenomenal save from Abhishek. Once again, keeping Loyola College at bay. While we talk about this, as things stand, SRM has secured a 2-0 lead. The first goal came from Gopinath, a phenomenal effort that was well taken. Here's the save. Here Harish takes it on the side volley. Didn't really get the power that you'd have wanted. That made things slightly a bit easier for Abhishek. Now he's taken a knock while he fell down. It was most likely a knock on his shoulder. Now let me just tell you, like whenever you're getting a knock on the shoulder, it isn't pretty easy to recover because it's a joint at the end of the day, and the impacts are much harder than you usually expect. But he's back on his feet, and that's the good news. And eventually clears the lines. V. Murugan sends it forward, but SRM has the ball in their control, so there isn't much that Loyola College will be able to do, because apparently the only thing that they have done decent, they've earned themselves a lot of set pieces, and all of them have gone to waste, so they have probably been the prodigal son here. They'll need a lot more, they'll need goals for themselves, and at the moment it doesn't seem like they'll have some. Because if this is the quality of attack that they have, if this is the intent that they come with, probably most likely it's a bad final that they are having at the moment. SRM has won the ball back from a very critical position, but Loyola clearing the lines. Chance for Loyola to break free there. Quickly passes it to the right. And there's a change happening there for SRM. The change that we were talking about. They have the lead, so they do not necessarily need to put the foot on the pedal anymore. They can sit back and defend, because so far Loyola College doesn't seem like they have the required incision, they have the required penetration that you need to get the ball into the back of the net. They were awarded a penalty, they have been awarded several set pieces, they had a golden opportunity a few moments back, but not like keeping everything in mind. With all said and done, one also needs to ensure that the goalkeeper of SRM, Abhishek, has done a pretty fine job until now. Quick free kick taken, a quick corner taken away by Loyola College. Chance there, but they couldn't get a header on. And SRM now has a chance to break free. Well, he's not really happy. Murugan will have to hurry because the ball was bouncing and he didn't have it fully under control while the SRM player was on the charge. bit of a situation like lawn tennis. Both of them just wants to exchange the ball towards both ends without any accuracy. Like, again, for lawn tennis too, you need accuracy to ensure that you're getting beyond the reach of your counterpart. That is exactly the intent of any game. But at the moment, it seems like Loyola wants to invent a new intent for themselves. They haven't just been lackluster, they have been toothless, and at the same time, they have failed to show the kind of sense that you need in the second half, especially. They have numerical superiority, and yet they have not able to use it. I've already mentioned it before. You have to be technically very sound in order to crack open a 10-man team as well. Because at the end of the day, we aren't seeing a game where your opposition has 7 players and you have 11. Your opposition is 10, so it's just a matter of one man. Now the advantage probably could have been more sound had the opening, had the first goals wouldn't have come. A chance there, tries to take it on the side volley, but couldn't connect. Now, before they take the shot, they have too many SRM defenders guarding their way. And a very important header. A very important header eventually sends it away for a corner. And the corner whips in, chance there, but once again headed clear by the SRM defense. It's not just Abhishek who have been pretty bang on with his disposition. All kudos to the SRM defense as well, who have actually proved themselves over time that they are indeed championship materials. And as the contest keeps on whiling away towards the end, with 9 minutes remaining for the regulation time to end, SRM holds dearly onto the lead that they have at the moment. And that's a goal kick now for SRM. They'll take their time. They are in no hurry at the moment. They'll want to use time as the 11th member that they are missing at the moment. There's a quick change introduced by Loyola College. They brought number 14 to the mix. Another card is coming out. Not a pretty decent sign here. And the card was shown this time to the Loyola College attacker. It most likely is Sunil who was shown the card for a word or two. Now, it wasn't sure whom did he probably say those words to. Most likely it was to the stickler or to a player, but then the referee has brought out the card, just ensuring that things are hunky-dory at all times. It's not going to be Abhishek with that goal kick. He's had a phenomenal tournament, and now the final 8 minutes of this madness, he'll have to defend his fort with all passion, with all vim and vigor he's got. With all vim and vigor, rather. Apologies for the same. Taking their time. Embezzling a few crucial seconds. Chance for SRM to put a number 3. He's suddenly taken a tumble, but the referee says it's absolutely fine. And he's going to give him a yellow card there for a dive. He has a smile on his face. Loyola College. Well, they have definitely done all the knocking on the doors, but you see, in order for that door to open, your peals will have to be louder. You cannot just subtly knock on the door and expect the owner of hit to open. You'll have to ram it open if needed. But they've done every possible thing except that goal. And if somebody is to be blamed, it's no one except for themselves. The sheer number of opportunities that they have had, including a penalty. It was a very soft touch at the end of the day. It wasn't a foul. He thought that probably he'll find a penalty for himself. But the referee has done a pretty decent job until now to fall for that kind of trap. It's going to be a goal kick now in favor of SRM. And the goal kick comes floating in. Ball still remains in control of SRM. A chance for them to probably put the final nail in the coffin. They have a man on the far left. Will hold it. Take some time, but he was offside. We are heading towards the final 5 minutes of regulation time, and probably it's going to be 4 to 5 minutes of added time as well. There was a push and show, but SRM has won the ball back, and now would love to go forward. Another chance for Loyola College to get something for themselves. But SRM now has acres of space ahead of him as Loyola College put their numbers up front in pursuit of the third goal. Now this can be the telling blow. This could be the coup de grace. It is. It is. The game's won. The tournament's won. And it's all happiness. It's all smiles for SRM at the moment. They waited and waited and waited, and eventually they have found the back of the net in the second half as well. They were a man down, so it's not just a victory for them, but it's a poetic victory, to be honest. It's poetic justice as well. That's what the context of football says. Look at this run from Harish S. What a clinical finish right at the bottom left corner. Murugan V simply stands spectator to a screamer of the finest order. And SRM has now surely won it for themselves. Who would say that they were a man down? This is what happens when you go for counter. You leave too much of your defense vulnerable. And right now, SRM has just exploited that crevasse in the opposition half and made Loyola College pay again. Final 2 minutes of regulation time remaining. This game has been emphatically secured by Loyola College. They deserve all the plaudits for such a powerful punch. And SRM on the move again. Was he able to run his time to perfection? Only time will say that. Apparently it seems like he has. He's got the ball back. Is there a goal number 4? But this time he fails to connect with it. He had to take it on a turn on his left foot, but eventually didn't end up getting the swing that he wanted on the ball. Well, it was Loyola College who had to find the back of the net, but they are right now totally being snuffed out from their existence. Ball remains very well in play now. Loyola College just praying for that moment of catharsis, at least where they can get a consolation goal for themselves. It'll mean a lot, actually, because they have been pretty abysmal in the second half. They've squandered away a penalty, they've squandered away several set pieces, they've squandered away goal-bound moves. They have failed to show the acumen that you need to break down your opposition. No matter how many further words are being said, it's pretty less to describe the horror show that Loyola College has put up in the second half. On the contrary, SRM, despite being a man down, despite conceding a penalty, have been right on top of their game. And the scoreline pretty much tells you the narrative of today. And a long-range effort this time probably wanted the ball to dip a bit more, but it didn't. So we are now into the added time. 5 minutes of added time has been awarded. Probably it's a bit too less for 3 goals to be plugged in, but football is a very dicey game. Just in case if you want a reminder, Salford City drew 4-4 from being 4-0 down even till the 80th minute. So football is a very unpredictable game. You never know. But in order for any of that miracle or what I have just narrated between for Salford City, you will need a goal in the immediate minute from Loyola College. But at the moment, it seems like SRM is on the charge, putting forward their battery. They won the ball back in their control, now stitching together a few passes, stealing away a few crucial seconds, ensuring he keeps the possession to himself. Loyola College has a chance to break now, and they are doing so. But again, very poor ball. This has been the story of the second half from the men in blue. They have posted very minimal resistance. SRM still have the ball, but ended up ousting it of possession. There's still some game going on. We are in the regulation time. So a chance there, an opportunity, sends the ball scarring in, but there's a player who's taken a tumble and apparently the referee had to stop the game. Another card coming out. Well, the players are asking, come on, it's the final 3 minutes. The referee says that that's what the rule states. Maybe the final 3 minutes or the first 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. I guess there has to be a medical assistance there. This was the move there. Now it's pretty unclear that where did he take the injury from, because apparently there wasn't any arm movement as well. So most likely there's been a shoulder push. Another free kick, another set piece. Will the story be any different for Loyola College this time? It's the same story that has been going on throughout the second half. They rammed it into the wall. And they just ended up conceding a throw-in as well for themselves. Extremely poor, to be honest. Very poor indeed. Last 90 seconds of the game remaining. It's going to be a long throw. They still want that consolation goal for themselves. At least try and make the scoreline look a bit better. Chance there for Loyola College. Goes for the shot. But again, SRM hasn't just been sound in their attacking intent, but they have been equally brilliant in their defense. Abhishek comes out of his line, probably could have been catastrophic again, but this time he had a keen eye for the ball, conceding a corner. We had a decent final. Loyola College switching off in the second half despite all the salvo till that attacking third. There's a chance, but headed clear by the SRM defense. A nice dribbling work there. Sends across, but nobody to latch onto. Apparently, it's another corner. It took a deflection. And the ball still keeps on eluding Loyola College despite all the pressure, despite all the battery, despite all the men up forward, despite the numerical supremacy. They still cannot find the back of the net, and the referee has blown his whistle, and that should mark the end of the first final of the game. SRM Institute of Science and Technology walks away with the bragging rights as they are the crowned champions of Chennai City. And Gobinath was the one to get that opener, and then it was Henry Stalin with the second, and then Sanjay Kumar got himself the all-important third goal. It's all joys for SRM Institute of Technology, a historic moment in the college's glittering antiquity. Loyola College fails to come up with the required intent to get themselves in the game in the final, but eventually, as things stand, SRM Institute of Science and Technology are the crown champions of Chennai for the college boys. We have further contests coming up shortly. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll return in a flash of an eye.